Imagine taking a bite of a chocolate bar. Within seconds, something extraordinary begins happening inside your body. Tiny receptors on your tongue fire signals to your brain. Your blood chemistry starts to change. Hormones rush into action. Your liver begins storing energy. And your brain releases chemicals that make you want more and more. But here's the surprising part. What feels like a simple sweet treat actually triggers one of the most complex biological reactions in your body. So today, we're going to travel inside the human body to discover exactly what happens when you eat sugar. Sugar is one of the fastest sources of energy your body can use. It appears in many foods we eat every day: fruits, soft drinks, desserts, snacks, and even foods that don't taste sweet. But your body treats sugar very differently from most other nutrients. Unlike fats or proteins, sugar moves extremely quickly through your digestive system and into your bloodstream. Because of this, your body must constantly monitor and control the level of sugar in your blood. Too little sugar can cause fatigue, dizziness, and confusion. Too much sugar can damage tissues and organs over time. So the moment sugar enters your body, a sophisticated biological system begins working to keep everything balanced. Let's follow the journey of sugar step by step. The journey begins in your mouth. When you eat something sweet, sugar molecules dissolve in your saliva and interact with special taste receptors on your tongue. These receptors are designed to detect sweetness. As soon as they sense sugar, they send electrical signals to your brain. These signals travel through nerves to an area of the brain called the reward center. Your brain interprets sweetness as a sign of high-energy food, something valuable for survival. So in response, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical associated with pleasure and reward. This is why sweet foods often feel satisfying and enjoyable. In simple terms, your brain is saying, "This food contains energy. Eat more of it." But while your brain enjoys the sweetness, the digestive system is already preparing for the next stage. As you swallow the food, it travels down your esophagus and enters the stomach. In the stomach, food is mixed and broken down into smaller particles. However, most sugar digestion actually happens later in the small intestine. When carbohydrates like table sugar enter the small intestine, digestive enzymes break them into simpler molecules. The most important of these is glucose. Glucose is the body's primary energy molecule. Your cells rely on it to produce energy needed for movement, thinking, breathing, and maintaining body temperature. The walls of the small intestine are lined with tiny structures called villi. These structures absorb glucose and transport it directly into the bloodstream. Within minutes after eating sugar, glucose begins entering your blood. This causes something important to happen next. As glucose enters your bloodstream, your blood sugar level rises. Your body constantly monitors this level because it must remain within a healthy range. If blood sugar rises too high, it can damage blood vessels and tissues. To prevent this, your body activates one of its most important hormonal responses. The pancreas begins releasing insulin. The pancreas is a small organ located behind the stomach. Its job is to regulate blood sugar levels. When blood glucose rises, specialized cells in the pancreas release the hormone insulin into the bloodstream. You can think of insulin as a biological key. It unlocks the doors of your body's cells. Without insulin, glucose cannot easily enter cells. When insulin is released, it signals cells throughout the body to absorb glucose from the blood. Muscle cells, fat cells, and many other tissues respond to this signal. As glucose moves into cells, blood sugar levels begin to fall back toward normal. But the story doesn't end there. Because not all glucose is used immediately. Once glucose enters a cell, it becomes fuel. Inside the cell, glucose is processed through a complex series of chemical reactions known as cellular respiration. During this process, glucose is broken down to produce ATP, the main energy molecule used by the body. ATP powers almost everything your body does. Muscle contractions, brain activity, heartbeat, cell repair, body temperature regulation. This is why sugar can produce a quick feeling of energy. Your cells suddenly have access to a fast source of fuel. But what happens if you consume more sugar than your body immediately needs? That's where the liver becomes important. Your liver acts like a central energy storage center. When there is excess glucose in the bloodstream, insulin signals the liver to store some of it. The liver converts glucose into a stored form called glycogen. Glycogen acts like a reserve fuel supply. Later, when your body needs energy between meals, the liver can convert glycogen back into glucose and release it into the blood. However, glycogen storage has limits. Your body can only store a certain amount. Once those stores are full, excess sugar begins taking a different path. If you consistently consume more sugar than your body needs, the liver converts the extra glucose into fat molecules. These fats are transported and stored in fat cells throughout the body. Over time, this process can lead to increased body fat and weight gain. This is one reason diets extremely high in added sugar are linked to metabolic health problems. But sugar's effects are not only physical. It also influences the brain. Remember the dopamine released when sugar first touched your tongue? That reward signal can become very powerful. Sweet foods stimulate the brain's pleasure pathways. This can make sugary foods particularly appealing and sometimes difficult to resist. At the same time, rapid increases in blood sugar are often followed by rapid drops. When blood sugar falls quickly, the body may respond by triggering hunger signals. This can lead to cravings for more food, especially more sugar. The result is sometimes called the energy spike and crash cycle. You feel a burst of energy after eating sugar, followed by fatigue and hunger later. Shortly after consuming sugar, several things may happen inside the body. Blood glucose rises. Insulin levels increase. Cells receive a rapid supply of energy. The brain releases dopamine, creating a feeling of reward. But after the body processes that sugar, energy levels may fall again, sometimes leading to tiredness or hunger. When sugar is consumed in large amounts over long periods, the body can experience deeper changes. Fat accumulation may increase. The body's cells may become less sensitive to insulin. This condition is known as insulin resistance. When insulin resistance develops, the pancreas must produce more insulin to keep blood sugar controlled. Over many years, this metabolic strain can increase the risk of serious health conditions. This is why balance and moderation are important when it comes to sugar intake. So the next time you eat something sweet, remember what's happening inside your body. Sugar activates taste receptors that send pleasure signals to your brain. It travels through your digestive system and quickly enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas releases insulin to keep blood sugar balanced. Your cells convert glucose into energy. Your liver stores the extra as glycogen, and if there is too much, your body converts it into fat. All of this happens within minutes of eating sugar. It's a remarkable system designed to keep your body powered and balanced. And understanding how it works helps us make smarter choices about what we eat. Because inside your body, even a simple spoonful of sugar triggers an entire biological chain reaction.
If you are this stage of this video, do well to subscribe, like, and share.
Give it a like
See you
and
in my
share
next
for more
video.
interesting topics to handle. See you in my next video.